gotta leave it to the professionals.
Blessed by Bundy, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, yo, set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been goated when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Call her Era Lord. Call me Levi, playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky, Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney, Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, yo, set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like the Brown James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. The views not falling for the FOMO. Listening to Coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they loco. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum entities. I just went and caught me a half base. Man, I got a shout out
Started
to
off with a
Bode.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, yo, set it up.
Breaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in shoes. Yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, mighty, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. Had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. Had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the drive with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain GM. Thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't done so, do us a favor, drop us a GM in the chat down below, then head up top, smash that like, repost, and bookmark on today's space. We greatly appreciate it. It does warm up the algo and does us a real solid. Also up there, you'll find the link to the YouTube chat. If you've not yet given us a like, subscribe, we'd appreciate it. We're getting smoked by Sunfront, and we really need some new subscribers over there on YouTube. We're live on Steve's Abstract today. Go over there, stack your XP, and you also find us live on Steve's X video feed. Hopefully everyone has audio loud and clear this morning. I lost my tech card overnight, but that's a different story. As always, I'm Captain, my co-host Steve. Never need financial advice in the show. Crypto is risky, NFTs are risky, meme coins exceptionally risky, and go to zero at a moment's notice. Please don't put any money you can't afford to lose unless it's into Hyperliquid, because it is going higher. We obviously hold tokens we'll talk about from time to time here on the show, including Hype and others. But we're not financial advisors, certainly not your financial advisor. Don't join us for that. Just join us for some fun, some information, and some friends to make along the way. GM Steve, how you doing, sir?
GM, first of all, can people hear us in the space? We need to know if people can hear us in the space. We had the problem yesterday. We got a little crazy with it. And would also love if we could get somebody up here from the space, if you can hear us, to come speak to see if the spaces can speak through. We may have troubleshot the problem. We shall see. Sounds like we are good on Abstract. Sounds like we're getting some yeses on Abstract, but curious if people on the space can hear us. So give us some thumbs up or some heads up if you can hear us in the space.
And if anyone can guess what the troubleshooting was, you may very well win our 108th today from the badge claim.
All right. I am not going to put my earbuds in. Joey Vowels has come up, which is a positive thing because that means he could probably hear me on the space at the very least. But Joey Vowels, Got all the thumbs up, so people can hear us on the space. Joey Val, speak. Let's see if you come through on the stream.
GM Stream Wars.
Boom, baby.
Here, can everyone on YouTube and Abstract hear Joey?
GM, hello. Check.
Oh yeah.
Confirming it's Joey you hear.
Oh yeah.
If anyone can guess what the issue was, you win today. I don't think anyone's going to get it, but if you can, you win the 100 ape today.
And if you learn that me and Cap, I mean, honestly, like we are such boomers that we've had the same issue at times on this, so it doesn't matter.
Not unplugging and reboot. At least I don't believe. Although I did this morning at the gym, I powered off my phone, powered it back on. Like I did everything possible. And when you figure out what the actual issue is, as someone who's spent my entire life in the tech industry, I've made dozens of pilgrimage to CES. It might be the most embarrassing admission of all time for me. Not old man since, well, maybe, I don't know.
A little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think anyone can guess it. Like it's so ridiculous. It wasn't the dongle. Well, the dongle was the problem. So Carbon, you're right. The dongle was the issue because that's what led to this. I did go to Walmart, picked up their that false advertised Apple. It's not Apple. It's not OEM. It's very clearly aftermarket. I bought it anyways because I was there.
You know what it reminds me of? It's a little bit like, remember when you were like, maybe we went to Washington, D.C. on an 8th grade trip and you bought the Orkleys that look like Oakleys on the side of the street? It's like Apple, but like one of the L's is an uppercase I or something, and they sell it to you at Walmart. They're like, hey man, it's Apple. It's gonna be funny, but I did by the way, keep plugging the wrong part. If I'm giving you way too much credit here.
No, that would be easy. Like
yeah.
I kind of want to show you like the chords here. I'm trying to figure out how I could do it because they're all like there's
take a picture, post in the chat.
Approximately, like here's just one of the contraptions.
Actually, Cap, don't touch anything, please.
Yeah, I'm going to break something. I'm afraid.
Just don't.
There's some combination of like 17 cables, cords. Like those were spot on. I unplugged
everything.
everything.
All of these people giving you so much credit here for It's
like literally everything was plugged in. Like that was easy. Like that was the first thing I did. Again, keep in mind, I'm the guy when I go in for Thanksgiving, all my family asked me like to troubleshoot something. Like, oh, my iPad from 1927 isn't working anymore. It's like time to get a new iPad is the answer. But it like I'm that guy in the family. So like when it comes to basic troubleshooting, nailed it. Like all the cords unplugged, reset everything, back to factory defaults, plugged it all back in. You're all so far off. It's not even like no power strip was on. Like these would be the easy stuff.
I mean, you pretend like the thing that happened wasn't an easy thing. That is,
it was tricky, to be fair to me.
Should we just keep it a mystery and just leave people hanging? All right, I think so too.
Sure. It's like because if I don't share, I at least get to keep my tech hat on for a little while longer. And yeah, no one's gonna get it. So we'll just keep them guessing. I'll keep an eye on the chat. If anyone gets it, Finder Found might be warm.
Finder Found is the leader in the clubhouse for the 100 ape today, I think, with that closest guess yet. Which by the way, I think one of the things we can start doing, by the way, like, so we'll do 100 ape again, like loyal listeners, people coming out, we'll probably ask you to do something every day. Give us a like, a retweet, and a comment on the space, the stream, the abstract. That all helps. I may over-index on giving away the 100 ape to people who come up to stage because I do like when we have some robust conversation and some good comments. So it'd be good to get some people up here, but at least for now. But I realize not everybody can come up, so I'm not going to do that all the time. But definitely, potentially something now that I know that we're probably going to work because not only does Cap have
also warm. Diablito also warm.
What did Diablito say?
It says mute slide button on iPhone.
Diablito warmest, but already got the 108. But look, Cap, I think we keep it a secret for now. I'll also be curious. I don't know if having a $sign thing in our headline nerfs us on X. So I'm actually going to change that because I could see them not wanting us to talk about crypto live and being upset about that. So I'm going to take a little $sign out of here and just say hype cooks.
So like, since we're talking about embarrassing emissions this morning, markets are weird, man. Like this space will, fortunately, I try to think what I can say without violating any, things I was sworn to secrecy. I pledged a fraternity in college and went through Hell Week. And so I've been through some mind fucks. There's nothing even remotely close to crypto in the mind fuck. And especially when things go up. Like, it's harder for me. I can deal with things going down just fine. But when things go up and I make a mistake, like, for instance, the other night, I was a little baby back bitch and closed out all my longs because I wanted to sleep. It's no sleep season, man. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Going to sleep 2 nights ago, right now is looking like it cost me low 5 figures.
You let people shake you out, man. You let people shake you out.
And here's the thing, like, all my, like, nothing would have got liquidated. I was just a little baby back bitch. Like, it would have gotten close. It would have gotten eerily close. I could have re-upped. I could have deposited more. I could have rest easy. But, like, you know what? I got a little too cute over the weekend. I'm just going to close everything out, reset. I'll book the L's, and I'll redo it again tomorrow morning. Thankfully, I did redo it the following morning. Although instead of 25x on ETH, I only opened up 15x on ETH. I did add a Solana and a hype long, but had I not booked all those L's, dude, I'm like giddy this morning instead of like still being a little down on my portfolio. But it's sprung back big time. And had I just had some balls and not slept, one of the two, I'd be up big instead of grinding back to get to break even. So yeah, it's no sleep season, and it was a very expensive sleep a couple nights ago, and it didn't like one night of sleep isn't going to restore any beauty in me. So like I sleep just fine. I could have taken a night off.
Yeah, sometimes you know what's so funny? It's like the comment of like sometimes no trade's the trade, right? And it's like that comment of like, and I'm not saying you would have been in a trade, but like no move is the move.
Yeah, no move was the move.
Yeah,
but
that's
where I screwed up is I got cute. I opened up positions in things I wasn't familiar. Like bio was one because it was hot. It was good. Oh, the next DeFi launchpad. What the fuck is a DeFi launchpad? I don't know, but it was cute. People were talking about it on the timeline. So opened up a big long, and that because I overextended myself in other positions, ultimately it led me to getting a little too tight, and I ended up closing everything where I had just stuck to my guns and my conviction plays. Again, it was a 5-figure sleep the other night because I was a little bitch.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I almost got
it was not that good. Like, it was fine, but it was not worth 10K.
You got some, you're like, hey, solid 7-8 hours for sure. But no, man,
7 hours. So I popped up at like 4 a.m. And here's the thing, like, as soon as I popped up, my brain like I literally opened longs at 4 a.m. Like I was like, what was I doing? Why did I do that? We're like, nothing changed. Nothing changed in my view. Nothing changed in the markets other than a slight pullback because other people were little baby back bitches, and nothing changed. Like, nothing fundamentally changed other than markets are going to market, and we had a little tiny dip, and I got a little too cute, overextended myself, and yeah, it's also the problem. I put sleeves back on. What the hell am I doing, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, who is this man? Who is this man that isn't showing off his boulders for shoulders? Isn't letting it rip, dude? By the way, again, like, retweet, comment on the space. We want to get this sucker up there. We got a lot of great claims yesterday on the badge. Give us a like, retweet on the stream on my end.
Another page already. Let's go for number one. Like, we're not gonna we'll do something special. I don't know what it is. I need to put some thought to it. It just hit me. If we finish this campaign, so we got 18 days remaining, 18 shows remaining. It's a full month, but 20 shows a month, essentially. 18 shows remaining. If we finish number one in the other page community ranking, well, we'll do something fun. I don't know what it'll be, but I will work my panhandling best to get another, whether it's the ApeCo team, whether it's the other page team, or someone else. Maybe it's the next big gift we can get for our listeners. We'll do it because we hit number one. So if we get number one in the other page community by the end of this campaign, we'll juice up the pot a little bit.
Yeah, I'm totally down to do that if we can get number one. And by the way, I think we're going to be higher because I'm not sure how they do the pages, but I was kind of clicking through, and here I'll kind of share. Although it's not going to show the secret code, is it? It's not. Okay. We got 15 minutes till that badge goes live. And Cap, I'll make sure to not that the number matters, but I'll text you ahead of time so you can go ahead and grab it right when it goes live, and then we'll figure out when we're going to drop that badge. But we are number 5 here, and I looked at us, and so we have.
I still can't fucking believe this troubleshooting, Steve. I'm sorry. Like, it was. You guys all saw how fucking tilted I got. I'm not going to share because no one's guessed it yet, but yeah, it was. I don't even know what to say.
I'll get back to. I want to get back.
I'm glad we solved it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, all good. I want to get back to the sleep thing in a minute too, because your point about like missing on the market. We're entering one of those markets, which makes me feel bullish. But we got 365 members, 483 claims. All right. When I look here, 480 members and 1,280 claims, and we have. Hold on. 365. Never mind. I thought that we had more members and claims, but I am incorrect when I checked one of them, but maybe not. So we got a little bit of way to go to get our numbers up. So tell your friends. Like we said, we'll try to think of something special to do if we hit maybe Cap will even tell you what the problem was that he had troubleshooting if we get to number 1. But if we get to number 1, we got 18 shows left in this campaign.
I want to guess there was no mute button. No mute buttons, no mute slides were on. That was they were warm, but that's not the answer.
Close. Yeah.
Nothing was muted.
You're in the neighborhood. But Cap, a couple of things you mentioned. Well, actually, before that, one last cold open thing, just because I'm feeling it right now. When we're talking about embarrassing things, one thing I will share was riding my bike yesterday. I fucking bit it. And like my whole left side of my body is jacked up, dude.
I hope you wear a helmet. You wear a helmet?
Always. Oh, yeah.
If you're a bike rider and you don't wear a helmet, you're an idiot. Sorry. Like, I know someone, my attorney, his father, he didn't die from a bike accident, but it was the beginning to the end. Rode all the time, very avid bike rider, wrecked his bike and led to some brain damage and some complications. Ended up being like the beginning of the end. Like, wear a helmet. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are at riding a bike. Like, I've wiped out on a bike at a fucking intersection because I clip in and I hadn't rode for a while and I'm clipped in and I don't know, my brain farted and I couldn't get clipped out. Yeah, I just tipped over in front of I'm like that guy. There's like hundreds of cars and I just fucking bit it, like stopped at an intersection and I just act like nothing happened. But wear a helmet, please.
Yeah, man. I always wear a helmet. I know some people are like, "Oh, helmet, you look goofy." It's like, no, man. I'm trying to protect my noggin. This is all I got. This is all I got going on for me is what's inside this thing. Like, don't really have anything else going on for me. I'm not like Cap with the 47 abs coming in, but no, man. I was riding. I took a route I don't normally take because I was like actually trying to like take a different route home, and there's like a wooded path I can take to get back to my neighborhood. And 2 people, no one used this path, happen to be in this path. Like, it's a path that's a cut through from a neighborhood to the metro parks that I'm in. Dude, so I went past them and I just went to turn around on a piece of grass in front and just slid out, thankfully on the grass, but the whole left side of my body bruised, hurt. Like, I can't even sit sideways. I couldn't sleep one way. Got a solid, bike seat just like jammed on the left side of my body on my left glute.
Funky, also an avid active healthy guy, also had a wreck. Like, no one's invincible. Like, the whole reason of wearing a helmet, hopefully you never have to use it, hopefully you never have one, but if you have an accident, you're gonna be glad you had one on.
Oh yeah, dude, my head hit the ground, like, and I was on the grass, but like my head hit the side of the ground, and like, again, it was just like, it was annoying, but it was like bump, head, good. So it's like, head, everything on the left side of my body went down. And it was just, it was really simple. It was like, hey, I'm going to turn around on this patch of grass because it was a really thin path I was on before I was taking the path back to and I just went to turn around and just like, because the grass is a little wet, slipped out on my hybrid bike, boom. And like, again, it was grass, but like, it was relatively hard ground, and left side of my body, head hit down, but like helmet protected it, arm scraped, like arm bruise, left side bruise, but hey, we're good. So
glad it's just bruises and scrapes, because could be a lot worse. And nothing like some good road rash to just make you feel alive. And that,
dude, I feel so alive. I know it's funny you say that. Like, I was thinking this morning.
In the bottom.
It's funny you say that. Like, I actually said, like, thought to myself this morning, I've had this like real good, like this amazing change of life perspective the past like couple of weeks. And it's been making me way happier and change. Like I mentioned, I remember dreams more. Like, I had this like weird unlock in my brain almost. And I actually was driving this morning to Starbucks and thinking about it. Like, Man, it's pretty awesome. Nice little wipeout to make you feel alive. Like I had that thought and I felt good about it. So we're riding, man. We're riding, literally and figuratively. Sometimes on the ground, but we're doing it. Thankfully, no one saw. That was the first thing I did was look around to see if anyone saw. But
Diablo was a badass. If you weren't familiar, he's dated like supermodels, celebrities. He was a polo player. He played football in college. Like Diablito he fucking lives on a ranch with bald eagles. Like the guy is a badass.
Diablito's Joe Rogan, actually. I think
I was gonna say Diablito. I was gonna say the George Clooney of crypto and Web3, but
yeah, actually Joe Rogan or Joe Rogan adjacent. Look, man, we got a couple things to cover this morning. I will say this: your opening anecdote about like that was an expensive sleep. One of the reasons it feels to me like we're in a bull market. Because, like, yes, we have whiplash. We were up Friday, didn't even get to celebrate on a show because we were down by Monday. But, like, we're at the point now where I walk away from my machine and I will, my LPs will slide. My money will flip.
I'm so disappointed in myself, man. It's such not, I'm not a bitch. Like, I will fucking.
You'll ride shit to zero. You'll ride it to zero.
Fuck you. We'll do it again. Like, that's not me. I don't get shook out. And I don't know. Something got in my head. I'm like, oh, I should be responsible and close out these positions before I go to bed. It's not time to be responsible.
I will say this, this is just because he's our friend. I'll kind of mention it. I will say our guy Von Frunten was closing out some LPs.
I blame Von Frunten. That's you. I blame Von Frunten and you two responsible adults.
Well, it's funny. Like Von Frunten was talking about closing out some LPs, and I was like, "Fuck it, we ride." And I've been printing fees on that and doing it pretty well. So I'm still trying to harass Von Frunten until I get him on Project X because he likes LP.
I'm meeting it on today. I might unsync my Kaito and move it all over.
Can I hit you with my ref code then? I'm gonna hit you with my ref code on the computer because I'm so far behind on it. But I think
Kaito's lost their motion.
I believe that I think Kaito would be interested in talking about. I don't think it's lost its motion. I think it's doing a good job. I think I sent you the right ref code. I'm just going to send it again just to make double sure that I didn't miscopy the right thing. But
I think the top is in for Kaito. I'm also biased. I can't share yet, but I'm biased for other reasons.
I think it's going to work in spots. I have some concerns about their new update, which I'm sure we'll hit on today because that was the first thing I read this morning where I was like,
so far, they've been like, for all intents and purposes, the only game in town. I know we have cookies. And I know we have wall chain. I don't see them keeping their. I think they're going to continue to bleed market share, and like the reality is, like I've been staked from the jump, and it was exciting in the beginning. It's gotten pretty like the last claim was like it was a cheeseburger, literally a cheeseburger. It's like, what the hell am I doing here? I can make a hell of a lot more than the cheeseburger with what I have staked on Kaito in a day anywhere else. It's like they did a really good job early on. I think now it's just gotten it's too crowded, and it's more and more this update. I'll let you share what it actually was. It's seemingly that they're favoring those that are really like whales in their ecosystem, or those that are holding all their assets, that are staking more than 5,000 Kaito. I'm not. I have thousands of dollars staked there, but it's not 5,000 Kaito, and I need to either make a decision. I either have to basically what they've done. These changes make me make a decision. Do I want to double down on Kaito, or do I want to pull out and go elsewhere? And there's not enough forward-looking stuff that thinks that they can recapture what they once had. I think they're just going to continue to kind of bleed out to other competitors, and it's a freaking bull market, man. Like there's a lot of places to make money, and right now staking at Kaito is not doing it for me.
Yeah, let me share what happened here for those who are missing it. So saw this morning, and then I'll put my commentary on it in a second because I did have some thoughts on it to start the morning. It said we've now rolled out our next on-chain integrations. This time, the Kaito leaderboard with contribution boost for proof of ownership of Yappy Barras, proof of PFP for Yappy Barras, and proof of stake for Stake Kaito. If you haven't yet, make sure you connect your relevant wallets, yada, yada, yada. So basically, what this means is that you will rank higher on the creator leaderboard based on staking Kaito, having a Yappy Barra, and having a Yappy Barra PFP, which is their native PFP. Yappy Barras, by the way, way down in nature. They're at like half an ETH. At one point, they were like 3 ETH or something like that. We were looking at them.
I wanted them at 3 ETH. I have no desire to half an ETH.
Staked ETH, by the way, staked ETH or staked Kaito, I should say. It's at one point I had like 2,000 700 Kaito staked or something insane, like even more than you. And I was getting 0 airdrops because they kept giving the 5,000 stake Kaito, which was like, 10 grand at the time. Kaito as a token is way down. So here's what I said. I'm not sure how I feel about them giving Kaito giving a boost for the ecosystem asset. Pros, it's their version of a loyalty program. They're trying to boost people. 2, they're supporting their ecosystem with unique levers they can pull. 2, cons, it muddies the water of authentic mindshare. If people can buy their way up the leaderboard, it risks the Kaito ecosystem becoming an echo chamber, which slowly shrinks, is what you're saying, Cap, to people who hold the assets. I'm appreciative of the effort. Kaito's not afraid to experience, but excited to see how it plays out. Here's what I'd say about this, Cap. I don't have a Yapibara. I don't have any stake Kaito. I rank on a handful of Kaito leaderboards. I'm like 6 on Polygon. I'm like 16 on Pangu, 15 on Moonbirds. It's like, if you make it so only the people in your ecosystem are ranking for buying their way to the top, I get it. Stake Kaito, I sold my Kaito when it was like $1.50, and I think I took a loss on it, and it's down to $1.
Zombie Rob wins.
What's that?
All right. Zombie Rob got it.
What did Zombie Rob say? Give it to the chat if you're into it.
Let me pull it up.
Here we go. We'll get back to Kaito. This is important.
Yeah, it's the most humiliating thing in my career as a technical troubleshooter. But yeah, Zombie Rob is exactly correct. Let me pull it up. I discovered this morning. Steve came into like the back room, the green room, and I was jamming out to some music. We won't say what song. And I had just discovered that this was the exact reason why.
Zoom it. Was the volume all the way down? That's right. Phone franchisee, phone repair salesman who scaled a small business to being large and getting acquired.
2 of them.
Two of guy.
First venture was a bunch of Verizon stores. Next one was a phone repair business. I've been in phones my entire life. Didn't think to check if the volume was turned down on my phone.
So true story. I'll give Cap some air cover on this one, so we can just both lose our credibility here.
Zombie Rob, you don't forget to mint your badge here in a bit, because you will get the 100 Ape today.
Yeah, so 100 Ape going to Zombie Rob. Zombie Rob, make sure you give us your address and make sure you mint the badge that we have going on in about 3 minutes. Maybe we'll mint it in the next 10 or 15. Diablito says, damn, I thought that. I say this to my wife and my daughter all the time because they say the same thing. They'll be like, oh, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, so say it. Like, just let it rip. Cap, I will say this. Recently, I shared this with you. I bought a new pair of the iPad or our AirPod Pros that were on deal on Amazon, like half off. And I went to talk to play video games with my brother, and I'm like, fuck these new things. I can't hear shit, blah, 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 blah. I had turned my volume down on Coffee with Captain so that we don't have an echo here because I have to do it on my phone. And I had the same exact thing. I realized like 2 days later, I'm like, oh, I've just had my volume down for 2 days. So it is a boomer problem that is infecting millennials across the globe, guys. So
Gen X, but point taken.
Yeah, well, you mean we're both.
I'm a Gen X, not even close to a millennial.
You're not a tweener. You're only like 2 years older than me. I'm a millennial.
No. I was born in 1980. I'm the last of the greatest generation on Earth.
No one remembers Gen X for a reason. No, I'm just kidding. Before we get into generational wars, Gen X is actually Gen X. You know what Gen X is? Can I give Gen X a compliment? You know that there's that meme. Hold on, I want to pull up a meme. So you get your
Thankfully for you millennials, the Zoomers have taken like the cringe cake from you. So like millennials are kind of cool again. But before I didn't want to be associated with millennials.
Let me see if I can find a
your woke nonsense.
Hold on, let me find this meme generator to kind of like.
It was definitely not Yacht Rock Von Frunten.
So I'll pull it up in the meme generator so we can see this one specifically. So you know who Gen X is?
Go ahead.
Sorry, no. This is perfect. You'll appreciate this. Millennials, Zoomers, Gen X. Like that's what this is. It's the fighting meme. Gen X is the ultimate, like, and I'm not in Gen X. I almost wish I was. It's the fighting meme where the two girls are fighting and there's a guy just like ripping a pipe in the background, just like smoking. And like the guy, and there's always these jokes that like two people are fighting and everyone's watching. Like I remember at one point when apes and penguins were going at each other and doodles were ripping, and I was like, penguins and doodles were the smoking guy. It's millennials. I may even tweet this today because I actually think this is a banger. It's millennials, Zoomers, And then Gen X is in the background being like, nobody remembers me, and I'm just watching these idiots fight. Right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, except we are leaving our mark on society and the world. It's just we don't need the attention or the credit for it.
Yeah, no, it's totally like because I think about like my old boss was Gen X, same age as you, another old, age just a number, I kid, but no, like my boss was the same age as you at Progressive, and she was very much the same way, successful, smart, got it, Gen X to the core, everything you would think about a Gen X person, frustrated, incorporated, my so-called life generation, like that, like Jared Leto generation, Jared Leto, shout out Riggs, and like they were just kind of chilling in the background, and everybody in the millennials is always having some so yeah, I think Gen X is that chill generation. So I appreciate it. You actually are Gen X to the core, man.
Thank you. I take it as a great compliment.
It is a compliment. I do generational talking shit for fun, but I actually do respect it.
Gen X has it, like, you hate the boomers. People can dunk on like the Gen Alphas. No one ever talks shit about Gen X. Like, what we don't do any harm. We don't cause any shit. We just fix things. We find solutions.
Fix things,
and made great music and great movies. And yeah.
I think millennials are part of that personally as well. I think millennials, like the tech generation, the way that they looked at things, but like, I do think that millennials are the favorite punching bag for, it goes like boomers, but millennials are boomers to zoomers. So they basically do it as a punching bag on us a lot. And then there are some millennials who are like, get off my lawn about stuff. So I get
think
it.
Ant Academy is just farming clout. Ant Academy, do you have anything to say this morning? You're just up here to farm some clout.
No, yeah, I'm just here to farm that clout. No, not at all. I just happy listening. I think I've basically taken away that don't sleep and Kaito is awful. That's what I've taken away so far.
Fair. All right.
Fair.
Thanks
No,
for joining in.
No, Ant Academy is a real one. I appreciate you. I was gonna say on Kaito though, like getting kind of back on the tracks. I guess like let's talk this out, because on one hand, I like do you think like there's a way that they can like not overcorrect this and just Kaito can just say Yapibara's ecosystem? Like, why don't they just go back to like giving them more of an airdrop when they have partnerships? Like, why don't they just do that and just basically do what Spencer's doing for Moonbirds? Like, isn't it that simple? Like, isn't that the solution? And then you keep your mindshare leaderboard pure and clean.
No, that's the problem. I agree with you. Like, now it feels like I'm forced to make a decision. Do I want to buy my boost? Do I want to buy my multiplier? Or do I want to just go elsewhere and just do things naturally? And if I end up getting a little boost, I get a little boost. But yeah, this move today, it's like, okay, that was the final straw. I'm out. Like, I don't want to put any more in that ecosystem, and I'm kind of forced to. If I don't put in more, it's in my best interest to unstake. Actually, I'm just going to go unstake right now. I've made the decision. Yeah,
you got time. I mean, it's going to take a while to unstake.
7 days, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure you're still good from the airdrop, because it's just the airdrop that goes. Oh, by the way, I will message you the badge code before we drop it. For everything, obviously all lowercase. I know it gave you a capital in the text, but if you want to claim badge number 2 before we get the badge live, we'll get the badge out here in a minute to everybody.
The other thing we don't talk about enough is they've been very non-US friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a disadvantage because I live in the US as it relates to Kaito.
Yeah, most recent claim was I probably wasn't going to get much from it, but I saw a random claim pop in my Kaito airdrops. Can't claim it in the US. Can't claim it VPN. Can't claim it anything. It's no good. Yeah, Joey. Right. On the one thing
has occurred. I got 7 days. So next Wednesday, remind me to go get my money.
One thing I will say, I think this sounds fun to say on paper sometimes. I think nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I did love to go outside, ride my bike to my friend's house. My kids have a great life. I love the way that their life is. I love the way that they connect with their friends. They still go outside and stuff. I think sometimes when we see the 80s and 90s things, we forget about the crime and like sort of like the amount of like, it was much easier to just snatch people off the street, for example, when there wasn't Find My and sharing. So there are some things to be said about that, but Ant Academy, go ahead and get in here, and then we'll
people also forget interest rates were like 18% at one point.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad things about the 80s and 90s that we just completely forget about.
Don't get me wrong, you could buy a starter home for 10 grand, so it didn't really matter. But they had their own challenges.
But we're like, here's a dude with feathered hair.
I was not listening to Yacht Rock already. Like, I'm not that old, Dort. It was not. Steve, tell him I wasn't listening to Yacht Rock. It was the exact opposite of Yacht Rock.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Yacht Rock. But no, it's like I think the 80s things, it's they always show like in 80s, like, you know, sort of like fast looking car with like a lady with feathered hair and a dude with feathered hair driving and being like, remember when we used to go down to the burger joint to hang out on a Saturday night? And then it's like, oh my God. And they're playing like that, so like a Tears for Fears song. And everybody's like, man, this was the best.
Now, I grew up in the country. So like my summers, like, no shit. Like in the morning, I'd get on my bike. I'd ride into a small town called Bremen, Ohio, of like 1,500 people. I'd go to the pool. I'd be there till sunset. And I'd come home safe and sound.
Kids still do that, though. Like, that's the thing is, like,
but there was no way to get a hold of me. Like, there was just distrust that I was going to be fine. Like, avoid the white vans and you're cool. Like, it was crazy to think about in today's world. Like, there was no world I would let my 10-year-old, 11-year-old just go disappear for an entire day and just, they'll be fine. They'll be home tonight before sunset.
Yeah, that was my parents too. I used to ride my bike over to my friend's house across the city, which, like, when we look at like what the distance of that is, it's crazy. But kids still do that today. The difference is, and I actually appreciate that, like, we have Find My. Like, my kids, if they are out or at a friend's house or with someone, like, I know where they are and what they're doing. Like, that's not a bad thing to me. Like, I don't think having location sharing, which initially I was resistant to, my wife, my whole family has location sharing. It's not a bad thing.
At a young age was simple. That was the number one reason.
What's that?
That's why I got my kids a phone at a young age. That was the number one reason. I kind of regret it in hindsight. There was other paths, but definitely was the leading reason to do it was for peace of mind, security. I always know where they're at.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I agree.
Not like anything where ever happened, I could track them down.
Yeah, and like obviously people were like, oh, like if someone takes you.
No, I was not aiming out to Lip Biscuit, but I will. I will enjoy some Lip Biscuit from time to time.
Break stuff. Ant Academy, go ahead and get in here.
Yeah, so I'm a teacher in real life, and this topic is ace because I think you guys are American. I'm English. The topic of like freedom for children, etc. That balance between helicopter parenting. Interested when you say you put the location on for emergencies. How often do you check it though? Do you only ever check it when there is an absolute need, or do you regularly open it up, see where they are, open it up, see where they are, open it up, see where they are? How do you work?
Yeah, I rarely check it. I don't know. Go ahead and give your reason. I'll give mine.
Yeah, same. I rarely check it. It's like I will occasionally, like, I don't know, like waiting for, like, she's on her way over and we're waiting for dinner. It's like, okay, where's my daughter? Is she 2 minutes out? Is she 20 minutes out? I'll check that every once in a while. I'm definitely not hovering. Like if she, like, I'll say, hey, text me when you get to your friends. And if I don't get a text, then I'll check just to make sure she's there. And if I see she's there, I'm like, okay. And I won't, like, I don't even say, hey, are you there? Because I know she's there. So like I will use it for that sort of information sometime, but it truly is like peace of mind, safety, and security. And if I ever have a like thought in my head, hey, where's my daughter? I just pull up Find Mine and instantly I know where she's at.
Yeah, I'm the same deal. It's like, well, the other day, like we were like doing some planning. My daughter was with a friend. My son was with a friend. They were both out. They were both going to be home at a relatively some period of time. And we were planning dinner and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I want to make sure that I'm cooking accordingly at the right time when I start the grill and stuff. So I checked. I'm like, oh, okay, they're a little further out. Or like when their bus is late, right? Like their bus is running late. And I'm like, what's going on? Are they on the bus? And then I see another bus go by and I'm like, was that their bus? Did they change it, but they didn't get off? And I'm like, oh, okay, they're here. Like there's some things that I check that I know about. One morning my son was like had an issue waking up for camp and I kind of had to let him have it a little bit because, you know, I'm doing the show, so I couldn't take him to camp and his friends were doing him a favor and he made everyone late. And like, it wasn't on purpose. He just hit his alarm like anybody else does. But the next day when I was on the show, I look and I'm like, okay, he is at camp. He did get up this morning properly. Good to see. So like little things here and there, but I personally, I would say I check it less than once a day. Like, you know.
Oh yeah. I don't even check it once a day.
I don't even know how many times I check it in a week. It's just a good peace of mind to have. And by the way, I travel for work a lot. It is great for my family and my wife to be like, okay, you're back at the hotel. I can give you a call, or are you okay? Or
Steve's not at the gentleman's club tonight. Oh, couldn't have frozen this better. Like Steve is undefeated when it comes to his internet freezing up. And
Am I back?
You're back.
Because that is an amazing freeze. Number one.
You should have seen how it froze. I should have took a screenshot because
oh my god, I'm gonna watch it in the replay.
Pointed to the gentleman's club and your face, and it froze right there. Like we couldn't have timed it up any better.
It's funny. Two things about that. Number one, amazing. I can't wait to see that freeze. Number two, I am not a frequenter.
At first I said it. I was like, "Was he mad at me or something?" And then I've been like spotty all morning. We are switching. We do have the information, so we are switching internet. I am not. We may have to take an over under on how many times does Steve talk about switching internet until he actually switches ISPs.
I know this is like Bron Fronten's hat. It's eventually going to get in the mail. No, look, I am not a frequenter of such locations. I am not shaming anybody who is. It's never been my bag. Like maybe because I've been with the same person for a long time. No shame in it or whatever. But also my wife actually wouldn't care. It's just that's kind of where we are. So like I'm in a pretty like chill spot where it's like it's the worst. It's like I have access to go eat the candy, but I don't want to eat the candy type thing. I'm just, it's not my thing. But no shame to anybody who is. But yeah, man, it's it defined my location. It's like my family has the ability to know where I am when I'm traveling, which is huge, like because I travel enough. So it's a convenient thing. Like again, if you're on vacation and your kids are like roaming a little bit free, if you have free range kids because they're a little bit older, 13 and 11, like you know where they are. So all those things are there. But Ant Academy, go ahead and get back in here.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I have this chat nearly every single week with parents. I live in a really rural place in England, like loads of countryside. The ability to get lost is actually quite easy. So kids have to travel decent distance just to get from their house to somewhere absolutely good to go to. So like buses or trains, etc. So I'm always chatting about safety and safeguarding of children and educating parents. But I think just listening to you two there, it's basically what I think. It's just what suits your family and you use it to what your circumstances are. Environment, time, place, location where you're at that certain time. I think that's really important. I think I'm against it, in my own opinion, if it's constantly used and children just feel constantly hovered over and they're not allowed to be independent and flourish and they feel like they are on a leash. I think that's where the balance goes too far and that creates anxiety for parents, and then parents then put that anxiety on their children, blah, 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 blah. But I think, yeah, your two kind of opinions are kind of similar but different, but definitely sounded towards your own family, suits what you need as you work away, etc., which is really cool.
Yeah, that's the way we approach it. I think both me and Cap have this similar way of approaching it. Look, that said, Cap, let's do this. We're gonna repeat it throughout the morning. But Cap, I DM'd you, or I texted you the code if you want to claim badge number 2. But it's also funny, by the way. I didn't realize this until we had the conversation. At one point, you're like, I use text on my computer more than I use it on my phone. I have become that person since you said that, because I would use it occasionally. But when you said that it was an unlock, I'm like, oh, it's not weird that I'm doing this, or it feels like that's a really big hack. I use iMessage it so much on my computer.
iMessage is why I will never leave the iPhone. And I was dating. I guess the woman I'm speaking to right now is, I have the green text bubbles. I don't know.
I told you. What was the first thing I said? You shared a text, and the first thing I said, like, only red flag so far is that green bubble. I was like, all the compliments, love what's happening right now. I told you, biggest red flag is that green bubble. You're gonna have to convert her. Is she like a hardcore?
It doesn't. I can't figure it out yet. Why? I don't know why she's not. I don't understand why she's not iPhone friendly.
You dropped it. You're like, you seem so normal. What's going on?
You don't seem like Joey Val's at all.
Yeah. It's actually she seems not normal.
I mean, in her sense, it's like top of the line Android phone. Like it's fine. The phone is fine. It's just sometimes she'll like I also don't understand how they're like, your tap backs, like on an iPhone, if you like heart a message, it shows you hearted the message. When you're texting with someone on Android, like sometimes it shows up as like they just hearted the message. Other times it says it's like a reply and it says so-and-so hearted the message. It's like, I don't understand the inconsistency with that.
Yeah, or like so and so put a shark emoji on top of your message. It's like just let's just like because I'm a big mix up the emojis to be either topical or even confusing and random on those. So no, I like I said, I'm sure she just doesn't know any better. But it is the one where it was the one thing where I'm like everything about this woman seems what did I say? I was like nobody's perfect. I guess was exactly what I said because she seems great so far from everything I know.
If you're listening in for some random reason, you are great.
Minus the phone. Switch your phone. Let's do this. And by the way, my internet looks like it's going to be spotty all morning, so we're going to be fighting because you've been coming in and out. So we literally, I swear to God, this is the other thing, like the karmic universe. I got in the mail a thing from AT&T about faster internet yesterday. I rarely am the one who checks the mail. Usually Dawn gets it when she gets home from work. I went and I opened the mailbox. I happened to get the mail. I saw something from AT&T. So I am going to pull the trigger probably next week. So I think next week I will be flipping over, assuming they can get to me. But whenever they can get out here. They've been doing a lot of work in the neighborhood lately. And I don't know if I'm frozen. There we go. Good. Because it's like it scares me every time you freeze. I'm like, I'm about to be out of here. All right. So let's do this. People who want to claim, let's do the claim now. We'll talk about it all morning. To be eligible, I think we got our 100 ape winner for the morning. Cap wrote it down, so get us that wallet address. But you want to claim to be eligible. Once again, full set collectors, you will be entered to win 3,000 ape in a drawing. Any full set collector is going to be entered to win that. And there is first, second, and third place prizes of 2,500, 1,500, and 1,000, I believe is the number that we're looking at. I got to make sure I'm memorizing this, get this down before I give that. But again, it is a 4 weeks. So we have 18 shows left. So it's not going to go on forever. It's not a super long farm or anything like that. But 108 each show. I think we got our winner from this morning, but we'll pick one each day. Loyal listeners, don't worry. We got you. Jump in here. Give us, just do what we, the thing of the day, and we'll pick some people to win. Grand prize, 3,000 for one full set collector. Again, first place, second place, third place, 2,500 ape, 1,500 ape, 1,000 ape. So a lot of prizes we're giving out. We're going to have some more stuff coming up. Like we said, we will keep an eye on these things because it allows us to do on-chain loyalty in the future. But look, the code for today, you want to go to other.page/claim, other.page/claim, CWC3. CWC3. Real simple code, CWC3. That is your claim badge. So go there. Other.page/claim, CWC3. And again, tell your friends to go like our page on other page and join our community because if we get to number one, we'll try to figure out something else fun for everybody.
Fair from Von Frunten. I guess I concede I am in no position to be judging any technology this morning.
Yeah. Nice.
If I had an Android, it probably would have told me, "Hey, idiot, your volume is turned all the way down."
Yeah, Android fixes this. DreamNet fixes this. The
the best part about this morning is that simple thing of me solving why the Bluetooth the Rodecaster wasn't working. It prevented me from going on a rant that I probably should not go on this morning.
Yeah, I will. I'll stay.
If you're tracking, if anyone was really paying attention to what Steve was saying there, you're probably tracking what I'm putting down. I'm not going to go there. We're 48 minutes in the show. It's not cold open material per se, but we're past rant portion of the show today. So maybe another day.
Yeah. 43 badge claims so far, by the way. 44. Keep ripping them again. Other.page/claim. Code CWC3. Keeping it simple on the codes. I don't know what I did for the codes for Thursday. On Friday is going to be a newsletter one, so you're going to want to sign up for the newsletter. We're going to have the information in there. I'm going to go back to code based on everything, though. I think I learned some stuff this week as far as doing it, but solid group of collectors. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your homies. CWC3 other.page/claim. Again, by claiming these badges, if you like the fact that we do giveaways, if you like the fact that we do things like BZ claw draws and redacted coming up in a couple of weeks, that's going to be giving some money back to the community. If you like these sort of things, the best thing you can do is join the community and claim on the page. Obviously, it's something that we're trying to grow because we see other page as a great loyalty program for us to let people know who's listening, who's showing up, who's appreciating, who's participating. But tell your friends because again, the better we do on these sort of things, the more ammunition we have to go back to our sponsors and our friends and people who are potentially supporting the space to be like, hey, we want to give some back to the community. So want people to be there. So again, code CWC3 at other.page/claim. Go on and get it. I see we got 58 holders and claimants already. I love you, Ape. So, and again, we'll continue to give out that 100 Ape a day. We got 18 more to go, so don't worry, loyal listeners and friends. There is plenty of 100 Ape prizes to give out there. And again,
you gotta get 100 claims a day, though. If we don't hit 100 claims a day, the whole thing's off.
Yeah, got to hit to that 100, which is we are in good shape to do. Let your friends know. But Cap, I know. Let's put a bow on the Kaito conversation. We can go into hype and some other things. Maybe do
we
a
gotta
update.
get Be Epic on hype. Be Epic says he's not buying hype here, and we gotta convince Be Epic to get on the hype train.
Maybe there's a deal where I like buy an abstract meme and Be Epic buys hype, and we can even see which one performs better or something, or have a fun game there. But
for anyone that doubts Diablito's a stud, here is a quick glimpse of the Diablito playing Pulo.
It's such a fucking like Chad picture. That's so good. Like, it's just like the speed of the horse being midair with the polo in the air. Like, I mean, there's a Photoshop or an AI, like there's an AI to be done to that where he's a knight going into battle, right? Like we could play around with that and be like, take this exact picture, but change the guy on it to be a knight going into battle. And he's going to be ripping it up. I rode some horses back in the day, by the way. I did some jumping at camp. I was, not like a horse, not like a rich kid horse rider or anything like that. Like I didn't get to go to the stables.
I mean, I've ridden horses before. I've never done horse jumps. That's kind of a thing.
Yeah, I was probably young and dumb, and the camp people were probably a little bit fast and loose with like a 10-year-old. But when I was like,
this is also the benefit of the 80s. Is 10-year-olds could do crazy wild. Like, dude, we rode 3-wheelers in that era. Like,
yeah, that's true. I could rip. It wasn't just power wheels. When I was 11,
like we rode the shit out of some 3-wheelers. Like we did some not only 3-wheelers. I think I've told my broken leg story before, right?
I'm not sure. Hit it.
So snow day, senior year of high school. I shared many times how I bulked up going into my senior year playing football. I was set to be our baseball team was loaded. We were favorites to win a state championship going into my senior year. We had multiple D1 athletes on our team for a small school. Our baseball coach in the Ohio High School Baseball Hall of Fame won over 500, been there decades, like a legend. And I had 2 guys in front of me that were like both 6'4", 6'5", and also going to play in college. So long story short, my junior year, I didn't get much playing time. Like I played a little bit, but just wasn't. My sophomore year, I led our JV team in home runs. Just had a great season. But junior year, I was covered up by 2 guys who again were 6'4", 6'5", and going to play at the next level. So I then had bulked because I was just going to contact her, but I bulked up. And I say contacted her. I wasn't, but I really wasn't like a big, I wasn't an imposing, intimidating, like you thought I was going to go yard. My senior year, I certainly was expecting to do so after really bulking up and going all Ohio in football. January, between baseball and football and baseball season, we have a snow day. One of the kids on the starters on the basketball team said, maybe I'll break my leg today and won't have to play tonight. Because even though we had a snow day, the basketball game was still on that night. We had this 13-foot long toboggan going downhill like X Games style. There was a 20-foot drop off. So when we hit the bottom of the hill, we literally would fly like 40, 50 feet in the air and then land the thing. Well, every time there was 3 people on this long toboggan. The last time we ran it was just me and the basketball player said, maybe I'll break my leg today and we'll have to play. I was in the front sitting like cross-legged. He's behind me. We might have been 50 feet in the air, no exaggeration. And what happens is we both slide to the front of the toboggan and physics takes hold. And there was just way too much weight in the front of the thing. So naturally the thing nosedives and we go straight down like 50 feet in the air. We both land on my leg and it explodes. It was a compound fracture. My tibia literally exploded and pops out of my leg. Tibia goes like this. And I'm laying at the bottom of like a 500-foot hill to where they had to get about 7 firefighters out there to carry me up the hill. I'm screaming like a teenage girl. Like it was awful. I would not wish the pain on anyone. Took me to the hospital, emergency surgery. Long story short, I was in the hospital for a week. Hospital out of my house for a week. Then went back to school in a wheelchair. And I went from like 185 to by the time I got the cast off, I was 150 pounds soaking wet. My leg had after feed like smaller than my wrist. And I was basically the entire senior year of baseball, I was in a walking boot. In the playoffs, I'm taking like batting practice in the walking boot. There was a small chance I'd play if we made like the state finals. And anyways, that was the end of my baseball career. But what happened, definitely haven't told this story, is so since we're talking 80s and things not to do kids, me, a kid who had just graduated on the baseball team, and our starting shortstop, who would also go on to play Division I baseball, we thought it'd be a good idea to go out one weekend to a state park, and thought it'd be cool to drink in a state park underage. Not only is it illegal to drink underage, you're not allowed to drink in a state park, period.
No alcohol in state parks. That's a biggie. Yeah.
So we got busted, and we thought we got away with it. Like, not from the law. We had to do some community service and stuff and blah, blah, blah. But the school, because they know we were positioned to win a state championship, they turned their heads and looked the other way. We win our regional semifinal game, where we advanced to the regional finals. Someone from the effing community calls in, probably some douchebag parent from a kid who was a bench player, reports us like, oh, I saw these guys got busted for underage drinking. What are you going to do about it? And long story short, we all got suspended for 2 weeks, which was the rest of the season. The kid who, like, again, I wasn't playing. I was still, we were the two captains too, by the way. Me, who wasn't playing because of my broken leg, and our starting shortstop. We were the co-captains of the baseball team. We both got suspended for the regional finals. We lose by 1 run. The 2 shortstops who replaced our starting shortstop had several errors that led to 7 unearned runs. Not exaggerating. Our coach, who was in the high school Hall of Fame, had 3 guys who were juniors that would go on to play D1 ball. He retired after our year. He's like, I'm done. I can't take it these fucking kids anymore. So we literally, not only do we not win a state championship because of our stupid underage drinking, we forced retirement from a legendary coach who probably to this day doesn't forgive us.
You were the tattoo people at Ohio State. You were Terrell Pryor and those cats, right? It was like
we did on a high school level what the tattoo people did to Tressel. Like, we drove out a legendary coach because we were idiot young kids who, like, when I say we were good, like, we would have won the state championship almost, barring some unforeseen circumstances. And he had been to the state finals before. He had multiple guys that made it into, Major League Baseball. Yeah, this is a really small school in Ohio. We shouldn't be competing at this level, but he was that good of a coach. And we, like, half the years he was there, we led the state in batting average. Like, we were just, he was really good. We should have won a state championship, but we were dumb, young, and idiots thought we could get away with drinking in a state park. And I really wasn't a menace until I broke my leg. Then I became a menace because I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do any of that stuff because I was afraid I'd lose my ability to play sports. Once I lost my ability to play sports, I became kind of a party animal my senior year. I was the guy running around like on crutches and a broken leg, obliterated.
Yeah, that's dude, it'll get you, man.
I had a lot of fun my senior year, but should have a state championship ring to show for it that I don't.
Yeah, instead you have a disgraced coach.
Good story. Yeah, it hates me. I don't think we've ever talked since, actually.
Yeah, I get it, man. And that whoever called on them, that's the type of person who, back when you could do it, they got rid of it this year, I think. Do you know there's a time, Riz Brian, I don't know for sure, when spectators could call in and report rule violations on players on PGA events? And so, like, there was an event where, like, something noteworthy, like some guy, like, won a tournament or was high in a tournament and got cost millions of dollars because some narc called and was like, hey, I think they forgot to sign their scorecard or something, or like, oh, they took an extra step on the out of bounds, like something that didn't material affect anything, but it was, and I think they got rid of it. But like, there are people, like swaths of people who deputize themselves because the golf, PGA would say you can call and report rules violations. You would call and report rules violations during PGA events. That's who those people are who called in and reported you guys. I like how we're like mad that people reported you guys doing something highly illegal and underage.
Super extended. Yeah. Like, kids don't drink. It was dumb, but we weren't really doing any harm. We were in the middle of the woods having a few beers. Like, we weren't harming anyone, but it was illegal. So,
let's run this back. Let's do this.
Yeah, we should probably talk some Web3 stuff. We still have to convince Be Epic to buy Hype.
Well, we're going to get daily market update. Then it'll probably dovetail right into more, and I would say, again, before we get into it again, and we'll repeat it a few times, other.page/claim code CWC3 is going to get you your badge. We got 83 claimants so far. You want to get more people to join our community. We have 367 members. We got to get those numbers up. If we get to the #1 community by the end of this campaign, 18 days, we'll figure out something else we could do for funsies to our friends out there with the badge collectors. Again, Giving away 10
too, because we haven't moved from top 5 for number 5 after getting there. Top 4 must be pretty stacked.
I mean, we got 367 members and Morning Ape has 480. So we got a while to go to get there, but get there, claim your badges, tell your friends, tell your homies, and go again, CWC/claim, or no, sorry. I keep doing this. Other.page/claim. Code CWC3 is going to get you your badge. Tell your friends, tell your discords, let everybody know. Again, one full set collector gets in there. Let's go ahead and play Daily Market Update. We'll do more, then we'll get some hype discussion going.
It's a daily market update straight to your brain. Powered by ApeCoin, no hype, just gains. Moving on Ape Chain, we bring in the heat. NFT trends alpha, never miss a beat. Ape Chain on top, now we bringing the flex. The home of NFTs, figures now what's next. Come on, my head top, but you want the time to chop pump for one time.
It is time for the Daily Market Update, powered by ApeCoin, the home of NFTs. ApeChain has it all, bringing culture, fun, and community to the blockchain. Dive in and see why ApeChain is on top, because guess what? Every one of these badges you're minting is on ApeChain. It is an NFT on ApeChain that we can track. Bullish use case on ApeChain. Shout out to the other page guys. Again, other.page/claim, code CWC3. Cap, let's hit some market update.
It's a lot more exciting and fun to do these updates. On green days like this, Bitcoin up 1% to 111,288. ETH up 4% to 462.93. You'd think that'd be leading the charge, but no, Solana up 9% to 205. Feeling good about that long open the other day. XRP up 3% to $3 even. Dogecoin up 5% to 22 cents. I swear to God, Cardano moves from 84 cents to 86 cents. It doesn't matter if it's up or down. It's just like, it is a stable shit coin.
You Cardano is shit coin. I love that.
What else is it? Never mind. I about got myself in trouble. I'll bite my tongue there. Don't know who's listening in. Looking at memes, Doge up 5% to 22 cents. Sheeb up 3% to 4 cents. Pepe up 2%. Pingu up 2%. Trump up 2%. Bonk up 3%. We head up to the top movers in crypto. I don't know any of these once again. Camp Network, that sounds familiar, 132 million market cap. But looking at what everyone's excited about are NFTs. It quickly looks like we must have another OpenSea farm because we have based koalas up 7.5% on the day, 49,000 trades. Go check your OpenSea voyages. Without even looking, I can tell you there's one open right now. And base koalas seem to be that, and base paint are the two. It must be a $5 NFT on base. Is the voyage today, I'm guessing, or just $5 NFT, probably a $5 NFT on base since it's 2 base collections. Not a fan of how they're doing the farming, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm not going to fight it. Just I cave and play in. Stan Sprat, Mask of Lusky continue to surge up 36% of the day. Also not going to show on this chart, but congratulations all the grifters out there. $100,000 PFP. Grifters up big as things start heating up again. We also have Mutants up 1% to 1.37. Ladies up 6% to 2.08. Bored Apes bounced a little bit, up 2% to 9.69. Little Pudgy's flat at 1.22. Big Pudgy's down 3.8% to 9.88. I'm not even going to say it, but 9.88, 9.69. You can do the math. And remember, it's slight pullback to 6% to 2.77 as an old whale woke up and started flooring some. And we had some people that I think got in a similar leverage spot as I did the other night, and instead of closing their positions, decided to sell some Moonbirds to move liquidity around. But that's our daily market update brought to you by ApeChain. Go get that badge minted. Other.page/claim, code CWC3. Steve, back to you.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I'm actually gonna add a couple of I realize
89 holders, not 11 more to go to hit 100 today.
11 more to go to hit 100. Got to do that. All right, let me I got to figure out how to use a ref code on this on a couple of things here, because I'm actually going to edit my post on my PJX thing. I see Ant Academy's joining. I'm going to actually add in a ref code. I'm going to do a couple ref codes in here as we go. Let's do this. I'm going to do more, and then I'm going to add in a couple of ref codes for people on Project X, Liminal. I think that I will probably add a ref code in as well. Because Liminal might be more up people's speed because it's like stables. I'll show that because there is, I don't know if there's a ref code for Kinetic or not. If people know if there's a ref code for Kinetic, let me know, because that is one that I'm definitely, I'm currently using, I don't think there's a ref code for Kinetic though. So Phonics should probably correct me if there is. If so, I've used his obviously. But I definitely know there's a couple there. So I'm going to use some of those, but either way, I'm going to jump us into more, while I do my stalling here. And we'll get more, on Hyperliquid, then we'll talk a little hype.
The more you know, brought to you by ENS.
It's time for the more you know, brought to you by ENS. We're talking a little Hyperliquid this morning. I'm actually going to let Cap tell us about Hyperliquid after I do this because I know he is excited about it and is even telling his normie friends. But Hyperliquid launched in late 2022, founded by former Google engineers who set out to build the fastest fully on-chain derivatives exchange, DeFi to the max. Instead of relying on Ethereum or Sol, they built their own L1 capable of sub-second trades, low to zero gas fees, and hundreds of thousands of orders per second. The mainnet went live in early 2023, and by late 2024, Hyperliquid made headlines with one of the biggest token events in crypto, airdropping 31% of hype to its community. Then in February 2025, they introduced Hyper EVM, an Ethereum-compatible execution layer built directly on their chain. They gave developers the ability to deploy smart contracts while tapping into Hyperliquid's powerful on-chain order books with Hype as the gas token. Since then, Hyperliquid has exploded, hosting projects like Project X, Liminal, Kinetic, and each building novel DeFi mechanics on top of Hyper EVM. Today, the chain processes billions in daily volume, holding the majority of the decentralized perp trading, and is quickly becoming more than just an exchange. It's a programmable financial layer driving the next wave of crypto innovation. And that was the more you know, brought to you by ENS. ENS does more than not just anchoring your name across Web3, but anchoring it across the internet. It's your identity, simple, memorable, and unmistakably yours. Security, interoperability, and ease of use. Go to ens.domains to learn more about your ENS domain. By the way, rock, paper, hands, thank you for the tips. Always very much appreciated. Be epic. And of course, Cap in the chat, appreciate you all dropping some tips in there. But Cap, you have said you are excited about your, and by the way, again, other.page/claim code CWC3 if you want to go ahead and claim. We have 95 claimants so far, so let's get that number up to 100. But Cap, you're telling your IRL friends about this. Talk me through.
It's the darling of the cycle. Phonics is the best. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever. You can't convince me otherwise. Someone try to go give me a reason why Hyperliquid shouldn't be valued higher than Cardano. You don't have to take a shot at Cardano. Just look at the usage, look at the revenues. You can't, it's just wrong. Like, one is mispriced, either Cardano and everything else that's also priced at that range that isn't generating any sort of material revenue. And so if Hype were at the current market cap of Cardano, it'd be $116 Hype. I'm convinced it's going to 100. It's a $100 token, mispriced in the $50 range now. It just hit an all-time high. It's one of the ones I'm pissed off. I got getting shaken out for my longs. Had a really nice long opened up and got over my skis, closed them all, reopened it. Fortunately, reopened. I'd be really salty if I didn't reopen it. Because right now it is a 10x. I think I had whatever the high. If it let me go 20x, I think I had a 20x open previously. But again, it's the darling of the cycle. It's the most used DEX. It's generating the most revenue. It's printing money. It did more trading volume than did Robinhood last month. Read that again. Hyperliquid did more trading volume than did Robinhood, a publicly traded company. It's underpriced. Hard stop. It's got way too much attention, way too much volume, way too much motion. Find a KOL in crypto who's not hyping up Hyperliquid. And it's not just a DEX. It's an entire ecosystem. It's a chain and not only is Hyperliquid the darling of the cycle, they're showing people how to build infra in this space and do it profitably. You got to have an app. You got to have a killer app. It's more important than a chain. Chains are expensive. They also fetch much higher valuations, but you have to have a killer dApp. You have to have something that people are using over other dApps. I don't know how they did it when it was entering such a competitive space, and they just gobbled all the market share up. Really impressive, and it's just underpriced. Look at everything else that's priced higher than it.
Yeah,
give me your reasoning why. They have a cult following. It's just they've just not been around long enough.
I was going to say, they have a cult following. Like, for me, it was a matter of, again, I am so appreciative of Phonics and Mayhem and all the other friends of the worm and Von Frunten on the DeFi stuff in general. But on the Hyperliquid stuff, it is frustrating and it is hard. So I will tell people to give my Hyperliquid story.
So it can be. I don't think it is. And this isn't a shot at you. It just depends on what you want to do on there. If you're okay using a VPN, it's super simple. Like literally I sent money. I had no access issue in it. And every trade I do, it's instantaneously done. It is the best user experience I've had on a DEX, period. It's the best perp experience I've had. But I use a VPN. I go to Bahamas daily, or Germany, Frankfurt, I'm a big fan of. If you're comfortable using a VPN, it is silky smooth. It's super easy. If not, you got to jump through a little bit of hoops. But it is stupid simple if you're fine using a VPN.
Yeah, so Cap's talking specifically about, the Hyperliquid sort of putting the money over there specifically. I'm talking about just getting money onto some of the things. The reason why I say it's advanced is like Meteor is a very user-friendly, very simple LP platform.
So yeah, but that'd be like comparing Meteora to Hyperliquid, and it is also just as super simple and just as easy. What you're referring to is Hyper EVM and their entire ecosystem. That's like bridging to another chain. Like that's a little more complex. Hyperliquid is super simple to use if you're just using Hyperliquid.
Right. So there's two separate conversations here. I'm talking about some of the stuff on Hyper EVM. I'm not a Hyperliquid user specifically. There might be another airdrop coming. I might be costing myself. I may start using that. But for me, it's like I bridge from base USDC or USDC on ETH. I think both work pretty well because otherwise you lose a ton of money on the bridge when you bridge over to Hyper EVM. So I did pin to the top some ref codes if people want to do it, but do it at your own risk, understanding it becomes a little bit more complicated. So I bridge money on Relay from, again, from the way I do it is from, sort of base USDC over to Hyper EVM. And I have a couple of things going on. I'll just transparently talk about what I do. I use the Hype U ETH pool, which is basically there is a sort of a ETH tracking token and Hype. And I like both assets. So they basically trade pretty close to lockstep, but Hype's been cooking lately. So that gets me more ETH. But either way, I'm earning fees along the way. That's what I'm doing on Project X. It's an LP. So if you're familiar with LPs and you LP elsewhere, it's a good place, at least for my money, to be to be LP. So like for me personally, I literally for my money, because I do it, right? I LP on Meteora. I have a USDC Sol LP there, and then Project X is where I do. The other thing that I pinned a ref code for is Liminal, which is literally just stables. It's stable yield. It's like, I don't know, 15% stable yield, something like that. I can't remember what the exact run is, but they're eventually going to have an airdrop. You get points for being on there. Like, so I just have some stables on Liminal that eventually I'll pull if I want to execute on. But again, there's, ability to run there. And the third thing I do on there is Kinetic. Kinetic, you get it's liquid staking. You get a token K-Hype. Then you restake that on their site for anywhere from, I don't know, I've seen it go from 5 to 20%, depending on what kind of return they're getting. The thing about that is just me locking up Hype because I believe in the token. So sort of my strategies are threefold. Stables locked up on Liminal, Hype locked up on K-Hype, and then using LPs with both on Project X. And the reason I do it this way is that I know that I'm never going to be underexposed to Hype if I'm locked up on Kinetic. I know that I'm not getting over my skis with stables if I have some locked up on Liminal. And then I know that when I'm on Project X, I'm earning fees. And that way, if I slide from Hype into ETH or vice versa, I don't have anything to worry about because I know that I'm in a pretty good spot. So I guess point being, it is a place to be. I think Beast said that Project X airdrop is going to retire Bloodlines or something. Got really excited about that. He got pretty hyped up on it. So that's one of the reasons I do like Project X quite a bit. And I'm going to continue to play around on there. Again, I pinned my ref code to the top if people are interested in that sort of thing. Again, make sure you're doing your own research and understanding the risks. If you're new to LPing, I don't think it's necessarily a place to start because the complexity is higher. But I'm going to be going even harder at that probably after I get some work done even today because it's, it's playing airdrops. And the thing about it is earning fees and yield while also earning towards airdrops. It's like, it's a hack, man. It is a way to turn your money into more money if you are smart. Understanding the protocol risks, understanding the smart contract risks, and understanding the risks of impermanent loss. Like, it's a place that I'm enjoying playing.
All that far less risk than trading in the trenches.
far less risk than trading in the
You
trend.
may not hit 1,000x in 24 hours, but you're going to make money there, and you could do it with. It's not risk free. Yes, you have protocol risk. Your protocol risk is in a ecosystem that did $330 billion in trading volume last month. I bet they fly past that this month as well. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's
It's
nuts.
also become like the spot everyone is betting pre-market, which that's a whole nother story. I don't really play a whole lot in the pre-market, but there's people playing whale games. So like if you're getting in the pre-market trading on Hyperliquid, you better be on the right side of the whales. Otherwise, if you're doing it with any sort of leverage, you're going to get liquidated. Like they're hunting leverage and they're taking out traders. Like like it's on chain, like it's transparent. They can see where there's attack vectors essentially. And so I don't say this to scare anyone. Just know what you're getting into. If you're trading those pre-markets and you're doing so on leverage, you just better be on the right side. You better be on the same side as the whales. Otherwise, you're going to get clipped.
Well, yeah, and like even on the protocol risk,
I'm not like my levered positions are ETH, Solana, and Hyperliquid.
And my by the way, my
after fucking being a little baby back bitch.
Yeah, I know that was, but you know what? Like still early, and it's like this is how you know we're doing well is that like we're getting upset when we sleep on certain things. You know, I would say like, you know, again, like
we're just good at sleep. That's I didn't sleep on it. I just went to sleep. And so the fear of my getting liquidated while I was sleeping caused me to be a little baby back bitch.
This is like one of those ones where it's like Cap did something out of character being too conservative. And now he's like, damn it, I missed it. I could have been right.
Stick to your guns. Trust your intuition.
Yeah.
If you go bust, like I would have been. And here's why I'm so frustrated with myself. Because this bucket on Hyperliquid is my bucket it is my asymmetrical game bucket. I'm okay if it goes to zero. I'm making moves knowing that in the range of outcomes is I zeroed out. I zeroed out a smaller bag on lighter recently. I'm fine. I move on. Like I know that's the risk I'm taking on because I'm swinging for bigger gains. I'm not all in, but so that's why I'm so frustrated is I deviated from my strategy in my risk appetite and it cost me small 5 figures.
Yeah, it is one of those things. It's same as business. I look at business in that way where it's like I would always tell my teams when I was like leading them, I'm like, if you have a good theory and you go with something and we test it, it fails, but you had good logic on it, great. You have a set of principles. It's like Ray Dalio has an entire thick book that basically says like have your principles, stand on them, and then you know you've made the right decision based on your principles. It's same idea and anything else.
I agree with one friend. Be careful if you're trading in the World Liberty Financial pre-market. It's a whales game.
Yeah, whales. You don't want to play. You don't want to play.
I go. I don't. But
yeah, I play in the games that I know that I have either edge on or I understand. And again, for me, LPing on Project X, LPing on Meteora, but on the Hype ecosystem, it's liminal with stables. All you do is park stables and they earn yield. Again, there's always smart contract risk. When we say that, that means if it gets hacked, if the money gets locked up, you know, if the founder rugs it, there's smart contracts and protocol risks that all exist in these things. Lambo Land founded Project X, and it's it becomes the sort of liquidity LP play on Hyper EVM. It's a big deal, and right now it seems like a lot of sharps that I know are playing that, and so I've been playing that a bit. But again, I'd be careful and make sure you understand it before you go in there. Again, on Liminal, the stables that just earn, and then Kinetic, again, all I'm doing is basically staking my hype and earning a percentage on it. And thus far, since I've been staking, the hype token is up like 25% since I've been staking on Kinetic. So I've made that money, and I'm earning interest on top of that, so it's compounding. So it's my way of locking up and making sure I don't spend all my hype in one place or get screwed in any liquidity pools, and it lets me LP a little more freely. But man, I'm telling you, like, opportunities exist. And also the other thing about like, and I know you said you're going to get over to Project X and sort of babysit some pools. I've been on Project X for like less than a week and I'm ranked like 5,200, which means I have a chance to jump into that top 2,000, 1,000, something like that. I'm considering moving more money off Abstract and onto this where I have like meme coins, because I don't know, my XP was down from 19,000 to 14,000 this week on Abstract. I don't have a lot of NFTs. I'm doing some stuff on chain, but I don't think it's resulting in printing points. I may just like full fade where I'm at. I'm not getting to platinum. The gold, we talked about this on the show, but the gold bar on abstract is so long. Like, I'm not getting out of it by the time they have TGE. So it's like, based on the fact they're probably going to tier this thing, it might make sense for me to just eject from my abstract, like meme coins and other things there, and just go on sort of, Project X and be LPing more cap. I don't know. We'll see. But how are you playing it? So you're playing perps. You're playing some longs, some shorts on Hyperliquid. How else are you planning to play? Are you going to do research today? How else are you planning to play on the Hyper EVM ecosystem?
We'll see. I'm out of the shorts game. I shorted Yeezy coin, but again, I don't know what's going on with that. Kanye said his Instagram was hacked, and then he dropped the same contract. So I made a few shekels on shorting Yeezy twice, and then I was like, okay, I'm good on that. I'm back to the game I enjoy, and it's being permable.
Yeah, that's why it's, again, shorts taking the under. It's like taking the under in a game. It might be the sharp play, but I'll never be on that side. I have been before, but very, very rarely.
Although, as I start wading in more into the prediction market world, I think the shorts. I think betting no is where the money's at in most cases. Nothing happens.
Yeah, prediction markets are one where
unless it's Tavis in their engagement, like that happened. So congratulations to everyone who had Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting engaged.
What's it called? I need to get more in prediction markets, because when I was using the points in Myriad, I was doing pretty well. And granted, that's fake money, that's paper trading, but I just haven't gotten as involved in prediction markets. And, Myriad's one that I'm interested in. Like, even though they have taken my points away and taken all my futures away and my points, I guess points probably won't matter a ton on there. So whatever, but, or maybe they will, and I'm just screwed because I lost them, but had hundreds of thousands of points that disappeared on there. But I am interested in the cash version side of the prediction market, because I don't know, like, there are some bets you can make that are like disproportionate on the no side or on the yes side, where it's like 90% and like print little wins. There are bets that you can make on, things that you know about, you can spread across. So I think that there's definitely some, some fun ones. And like, look, I take futures anyway in sports books that give me shitty juice and shitty odds, like I have Buckeye futures on wins and Big Ten titles and national titles anyway. Why not put them in its prediction markets as well? So, gonna probably ramp up there. I mean, a lot of people are bullish on prediction markets, getting excited, and I think a lot of people that are Farouk adjacent I've seen doing it. So that makes me wonder if people are excited because they are feeling the bullish activity there. So I'll probably get involved.
I'm feeling one this morning. I'm gonna go refill a coffee. Normally I don't do this. Usually I'm good with my big cup here, but I'm gonna stay highly caffeinated for the show, Steve. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go get caffeinated. I had my I had taken a couple of days off break from Starbucks, but I went back to my Starbucks this morning, and they are jacked up on caffeine, more so than when I brew at home, which is always such sad coffee. By the way, up to 102 holders on the code today. Again, if you haven't had the chance yet, if you're listening, there is no reason not to go to other.page/claim and type in CWC3, other.page/claim, type in CWC3. Literally enters you to win thousands of dollars in prizes by doing so. So there is no reason not to do so. You are only hurting yourself by not going to other.page/claim and typing in CWC3. Again, we'll kind of remind people throughout the show. We know people are in and out, but as a reminder, it's a campaign we're doing where there is thousands of dollars to be won here in ApeCoin, courtesy of our friends. But it's funny. I got people upset that we are I'm showing the ref codes. I have never shilled ref codes to those in the war room who are calling it out. I have been very horrible at it and actually been critiqued at how horrible I am at shilling ref codes. So shilling my liminal ref code up top, if you go one over, shilling my Project X ref code, again, only use those if you know what you're doing, you know how to get money on the chain and know how to use it. I probably should do some videos on it. It's probably long overdue, but appreciate those who have use my ref code, because I do get, I think, a percentage of points towards that. So very much appreciated. I think the points are based on your fees. So
I may not sleep again until I make back all that I lost by closing out my longs the other night, Sleeve. This might be the motive in. And I've got a wild week. Like there's the stuff I have to get done in the next like 3 or 4 days is pretty insane. So it's probably a good time to just go on a no sleep bender.
You're a human who doesn't really do anything like a little bit, I've noticed. It's like I have a lot going on this week and a lot of things to take care of, like both family-wise and personal-wise.
I'll challenge you a lot going on in Raise.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's funny. Like you've done like I'm consistently trying to get my shit together, which I think finally I'm like almost to the point where it's like I've gotten my shit together a little bit here where I think I can keep doing everything that we want to do here through the end of the year. So I think I'm getting close there. But it's like, yeah, Cap is Cap puts himself in quite it's almost like you enjoy getting yourself in a pickle. Yeah, like
I operate at extreme my levels of efficiency when I put myself in a pickle like this is unrivaled. Like I would challenge anyone.
There's a group of people like so you're
most people would have started doing what I've started this week 2 or 3 months ago. I'm not most people though.
Speaking of which, with booking travel as that example, I'm kind of sad, Cap. I blew something the other day. Wow, phrasing. I blew an opportunity the other day. What if I froze after I said that one again? I blew an opportunity the other day. I woke up in the morning and saw it only cost me $100 to switch to a 6 a.m. flight out of Vegas on the Monday. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm in on this poker tournament. I'm going to miss Coffee with Captain that day, but I'll be in on the poker tournament. Didn't do it. Same flight, $900 upgrade when I checked in.
What happened? You delayed.
Yeah. So I thought about it. I didn't do it because it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, whatever. And now the flight costs upgrades are back up to like $500+ for me to switch out of flying to Vegas out Monday morning. So I need to figure out what I'm doing here. If I want to get out of Vegas on Monday morning, or if I just want to say, nah, I'm going to skip this poker tournament. We'll see. But rough go making the flight swap where I didn't pull the trigger on that for sure. No, Cap, there is a version. If you start watching reality TV, you're not a messy person in the sense that like you don't like the drama, but there's a variation of that in that industry where the people they bring on their show like to be in the mix. It's like you like to be in the mix. You like you live for the sweat, you live for the pressure. So I appreciate that for sure. But yeah, I need to but yeah, I could use a little more of that. Like if I just FOMO'd at 6 a.m. into that flight change, I would be playing in that poker tournament. And instead I am still not currently doing it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know, Cap. All right, we talked a little hype EVM again. Shield some ref codes up top if you get into that. If you're doing Liminal or Project X. Opportunity, man. Again, and the fact that they're buying back the token, I don't think you hit on that part. Do you want to hit on that part?
99% of their revenues go back to buy back their own token. 99%. And they're printing millions. Outside of ETH, with all the institutional, one Bitcoin, with the ETFs and the strategic reserves, find me another token that has this much buy pressure on it every single day. Well, I don't know if they're buying every day, but consistently. Like it's ongoing buy pressure.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Until they stop doing what they're doing. Like,
and like, even when they do,
I'm not that smart, but I understand simple economics. I understand when the demand is greater than supply, number go up.
Yeah, it's just a relatively simple math equation at the moment, especially with how many people are on it, right? And it's like, I don't know, it's like it feels like this flywheel that can keep doing protocol airdrops. Like it feels like it feels like a big opportunity this cycle with there's a lot of very, very smart people who are in on this thing. So again, definitely something to get involved in. Yeah, man, friggin' $500 to upgrade to fly out at 6 a.m. No, 900. Sorry, $900 to 500, 900. So, man, it's killing me, man. It's killing me because it's like I literally missed the opportunity to change at a very low price, and like I could use some points, but I want to save my points in case my family ever wants to take a big trip, and I can cover some of that stuff. So, been trying to save that up, but we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye on this thing. I'm going to keep looking at potentially changing some flights. And like, again, I'd have to fly out at like 6 a.m. type deal, but I don't know. I think I'm willing to just send it and do that because it's like, as much as it sucks because I would potentially miss the show, it's like, it would send me out the next morning and get me home at a decent hour. So it's probably the move, but Cap, what else do you have in your, so we got Hyper. We talked a little bit of Kaito. What else do you have on your agenda and tick list for today besides markets being green AF?
Good question. Kind of hit me on a we talked burbs and airdrops. Yeah, we already kind of ran through that. Spencer and team running circles around the rest. Well, also I see Dort's post. It's a good time to last year it says merch was a scarlet letter last year. Spencer flips the culture and suddenly it's vintage heat. Those fanny packs are up, at least 10x in the last few months.
I wish I had more than one. Mine is like, I've been rocking the Burbs fanny pack. Even people made fun of me for it. I have been a fanny pack maxi on the Burb fanny pack for a long time. And it's so much so that like my logo for my Moonbird stuff is getting faded because I use it on every single trip I go on. So I know you hit on that one, but keep cooking.
Got Korean Blockchain Week coming up. I don't know. What else? Do you have anything else?
I mean, those are like my main things. I mean, I didn't think. Look, U.S. government seems to be very intent on driving number up, so that's probably a positive indicator for us. I'm not sure what made the market turn around specifically, though. Like, I will say, like, that is one that like I was a little bit caught off guard. That like nothing has changed from we had a good day Friday, over the weekend was bad. Like, it's just these volatile swings, right? Do you think it's just going to be like the weekend sell-offs into the week as we keep going?
I mean, it's been that way for a while now, and it was actually carried into Monday. Monday was not a good day to be trading. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me other than, and again, I don't know, so I hate to say this, but maybe there was a little bit of market manipulation by some whales, some institutions to liquidate some positions. I really don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing changed fundamentally. Unless it was just a collective bunch of baby back bitches getting shook out. And then that led to capitulation and sell-offs and cascading down. Nothing makes sense. There's absolutely zero reason for the market to turn for like 48 hours. And I felt this to my core. I got shooken out. So I don't, it makes no sense. I think we continue to grind up until rate cuts, and then I think we soar following the first rate cut, but there is a chance if we go too high, it gets priced in and there's a little bit of sell off. But yeah, I'm full risk on through the end of the year.
Yeah.
In fact, here actually I do have something else we can chat on. I checked. I don't check this ever, really. That's just this bucket I said I'm not going to touch. Logged into my 401k yesterday. You can maybe connect some dots why I might be looking at this. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do anything. But checked my 401k yesterday and was surprised to find it's up 15% year to date. Got me thinking, there's a world, even despite all the positive tailwinds, I do think there's a world where retail doesn't come into crypto for a while, at least not in droves, because the people who aren't in financial markets aren't going to run and start buying ETH and Bitcoin just because. They're already not trading. They're not going to become traders just because numbers going up. If anything, they feel like they missed it. Those that are in TradFi or in traditional equities, I think most certainly will. However, they're not most that are, let's just say, casual investors, or they buy Tesla every once in a while, or Nvidia, or fill in your favorite stock. They're performing well. Like, anyone who's in markets right now is up big this year. It's not up as big as Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it's up so big they're not looking, oh, my 401k is down, where do I go to actually start seeing a return? And again, I should probably give you a screenshot of my portfolio mix, because you would probably laugh.
Oh, I know. You told me. Like, I regret not being a little more cap in me in that one. Because the chart I'll show is my blend of stocks and bonds. What do you think that chart looks like? I honestly literally think that you probably are like 75% in Bitcoin ETFs. Or
no, my 401k, actually, this is again my procrastination. I'm still in Vanguard, so I can't even get into, like, right now. It's like, when I say it's up 15%, it has no crypto exposure.
Oh man, then I'm probably entirely more. I'm more risk on than you. I don't want to I don't want to like say anything here, but Cap, I am exposed to Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs on my IRAs a little bit.
What do you think my mix of stocks and bonds is in my 401k?
I would say 0% bonds. Am I close?
You're close. I'm actually disappointed, and I need to figure out how to change something because I actually have 1.21% bonds, and that upsets me. It should be 0%. But yeah, it's at 1.21%.
I need to find where that does this on the Fidelity thing, because I definitely have a similar mix when it says like, when they're like doing, maybe it's under their planning tab when they're like, your mix is way too risky, old man. And I'm like, yeah, not about that life.
My mix is also as if I'm like a 22-year-old that has infinite time left on this planet, so I can go as far risk on as I should. But yeah, it's an aggressive mix of stocks as well. Not it's not. I mean, I say that, but I don't know. They're the ones that are performing well. So
I'm trying to get my aggregated view of my accounts, not from a net worth perspective, but a investments, cash equivalents, liabilities, very few.
My whole point being is when people log in and they see they're up 15% year to date, they're not looking like, oh, like that's an insane return for normal people to be up 15% on a year. Right?
Yeah, I mean it's nuts. And I think that you're right. Like I do think we are looking at I do think that's what we're looking at is like people are less like when I talk to my friends, they're still like, oh, Nvidia is like their big thing. They all say Nvidia and that's it. And they don't, and then they're like, yeah, but stocks are doing well. And Nvidia. And it's like, sure. But like, I also think like, again, I think there's something to be said about like at some point, people are going to realize that there is asymmetrical return by having some exposure to crypto. We're going to start getting more baskets. It's just, they need to like there needs to be these like there needs to be enough products that are not just a Bitcoin ETF, not just an ETF, but a crypto ETF, right? Like that's an important one. And like there needs to be like these vehicles for people so that they're able to see that it's like, oh, okay, I can get a larger, wider exposure, right? Like those sorts of things. So I think once there are more products, we're going to see more people in it. But again, this is our opportunity to take a little bit more. This is the advantage of being early, man. Like I had this thought yesterday. Tell me if this sounds crazy. I had this thought yesterday. Is there a world where just by being here one day, eventually we're going to look back and we're going to be like, you know what? Like, we just needed to hold crypto and we're all in good shape. Like, is there a world where just holding the amount of ETH and Bitcoin and Solana that we've been holding, we just look in the future and we're like, man, that was obvious and easy, just like it was 10 years ago. It's like 10 years from now, are we going to look at it and we're going to be like, I'm making this up. These are ridiculous numbers. But we're going to be like, all right, so we're at $1 million Bitcoin and I don't know, like, $100,000 ETH. And is there a world where that's just going to happen and we're just going to be like, all right, we just made it. That was easy. We just need to hang on.
Yes.
Do you think that's what will happen?
Yes. I don't know about 100 grand. I haven't done that math on ETH, but I think $1 million Bitcoin is programmed.
Right. It's just, so is there just a world where it's like,
I just don't know if it's 10 years or 25 years or 50 years. I don't know, but unless quantum computing nukes it, again, back to simple economics. If demand is greater than supply, number go up. The only thing I learned in I was a business major at Ohio State. That's the only thing that stuck in my brain is if demand is greater than supply, number will go up. You can't fight it. It's like physics.
Yeah, that is definitely the supply demand curve is a couple of lines and it's very easy to understand. So, yeah, man, I don't know. That's what I had this, like, sometimes I lay in bed and think about these things and think like, I could be the crazy one. And everyone's like, oh my God, we're late. But it's like, if we go $1 million Bitcoin, and that's 10x from here, and if ETH goes to $40,000, $50,000, 10x from here, all the same way proportionally, if not better. And if Solana just goes 10x from here again, it's like at some point you look at your portfolio and you're like, oh, I could either put this money to work in DeFi to pay for it. I could just cash some out and use it. Like there might come a point where like just being in crypto early enough is good enough. And I think like it's crazy because we're still at the point now where if you say that out loud, and somebody outside of our space sees this, they're like, oh my God, listen to these crazy crypto bros that have no idea what they're talking about. Don't they know Bitcoin isn't worth anything? It isn't worth anything. It's like people don't understand that, like, they look at Bitcoin and like they're starting to grasp the concept of digital gold. But it's like they don't think about like this being the underlying infrastructure of the internet forever. Like everything we do online and having this underlying infrastructure of blockchain. Like they don't think about those aspects of it and how there can be so many winners out of this space doing that. It's like I've tried to explain like some of this stuff to some of my friends, and I'm like, it's not the same, but it's like, do people think cloud computing infrastructure is a bad play? Like everyone thinks it's the best play, right? It's such a great play.
Are you on my computer right now?
Why?
You know what I can pull up next to segue to?
What's that?
It's like we've done this show once or twice, Steve, because very topical. If you're talking cloud computing, pretty big cloud computing provider is launching their own L1. Did you see this?
I did see this.
This is a LinkedIn post from the head of strategy in Web3 at Google. All this talk of layer 1 blockchains has brought Google's own layer 1 into focus. As a product leader in crypto, you know that if you're building a layer 1, it has to be differentiated. Thanks to Chuck for helping this helpful chart comparing Stripe and Circle blockchains. I went ahead and added information about our own blockchain, which we call Google Cloud Universe Ledger, or GCUL. GCUL brings together years of R&D at Google to provide financial institutions a novel layer 1 that is performant, credibly neutral, and enables Python-based smart contracts. It's why institutions like CME Group chose Universal Ledger to explore tokenizations and payments as one of the largest commodities exchanges in the world, leveraging GCUL. Besides bringing to bear Google's distribution, GCUL is a neutral infrastructure layer. Tether won't use Circle's blockchain, and Aiden probably won't use Stripe's blockchain. But any financial institution can build with GCUL. We'll be releasing more technical details in the coming months.
I mean, it's just like...
The world's coming on chain, man. The world is coming on chain. When the world gets on chain, there's going to be more demand for Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Hyperliquid, but definitely Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, it's just how we got into Bitcoin and Ethereum by way of NBA Top Shot. It doesn't matter how you get here. It matters that you get here. And sooner or later, everyone's going to be on chain, whether they know it or not.
Yeah. And I think that this is the, I mean, it's funny. I use that example with the cloud computing where I'm like, nobody thinks securing cloud computing infrastructure is a bad play. So you right now can secure, again, it's not a perfect analogy, but it's like you can support, secure blockchain infrastructure with these tokens and it's just like at some point, I feel like it's going to click. And, yeah, I mean, at some point, people who don't get it are going to fade out for those who do get it. And the financial world and the political world, they get it. Like, there are people who are still dying on the hill, the Elizabeth Warrens of the world, and people who are still dying on the hill of crypto bad. But, like, the smartest people in Silicon Valley have been bullish on Bitcoin and things for years. In fact, there's a whole, conspiracy theory that exists in sports, like, where an insider had said that one of the reasons the Golden State Warriors were able to exist with KD and all them at the prices they had is because they were slipping them hard drives in Bitcoin. Like, it's like there's like speculation in sports that it's been used to sort of circumvent the system. And, the smartest people who are building the best infrastructure have been bullish on this thing for years. So it's like, I don't know, man, like, does feel like there is a strong future. Question is, if everyone's building their own L1, to Mesh's point, what does that mean for ETH?
Bullish.
You think for like the non-mega companies building their own L1s?
Yeah. If Google comes on chain, everyone's coming on chain. Not everyone is in position to build their own L1. Very few will. The largest institutions in the world will. That's it. Stripe's going to build their own L1. Google's going to build their own L1. The millions of other companies, they're going to come on chain. They're going to come on ETH or another L2 or build their own L2. Very few are going to have the resources and the wherewithal to build their own, or even the necessity. No, there's like a handful of organizations in the world that process trillions of dollars of payments. Like, it just, for them, it makes sense. For others, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably
rising tide lifts all boats, and is like it. You can't convince me that Stripe building their own chain and Google building their own chain is bearish for crypto. Any crypto, it's insanely bullish from my perspective.
Yeah, insanely bullish. I agree. I think that's so. It's just I don't know,
I
and
feel
like
like everything we thought might happen in 2021 is happening. Like all the bullish stuff, like, oh, this might happen someday. It's all coming to reality. And ETH is still the same price as it was in 2021 almost. Or 22. When did it hit all-time high? Last time.
Before this one, that would have been 2022, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, what does it mean for I guess like, well, never mind. I'm not going to go the direction I was going to go, but I will say like, it's also the fact that it's like
November 2021, November 16, 2021, 4891.
I also think that people take for granted how or don't understand like these economies, but digital good economies don't make sense to most people. They make sense to kids and people say in the age, I always say like the age, say like call it 9 to 16, digital economies make perfect sense to all of them. Digital money doesn't make sense to a lot of people. People age, say again, 9 to 16, digital money makes sense to them. And the way that those things are intertwined with finance and ownership, like, again, doesn't make sense to a lot of people. What's this money we're using? Why are we using it this way? It does make sense to the younger generation. And a thing about ETH, like we talked about, like, hey, like if people build L1s, what does it mean for ETH? ETH is already intertwined with the financial markets, right? Like to a degree, ETH and Bitcoin feel crowned where they have their ETFs. Yes. They were way ahead of people on those. And like, they're going to be financial vehicles that people are going to look to as opportunities to get exposure to crypto who like, again, what was the first thing you did when you bought Bitcoin? Like what you did, the first thing you did, what was the first thing you did when you got into crypto? You probably bought Bitcoin. And then you were like, oh, okay, they have ETH. And maybe if you were in 2016.
I bought ETH because I thought Bitcoin was too expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't understand market caps as it relates to crypto. I didn't know any better. I saw Bitcoin where it was, I don't know, 10, 20 grand. I was like, well, if this continues to go up, the next one's probably going to continue to go up also. So it was ETH and Litecoin is what I bought when I first got in.
Same.
Because they weren't priced. I wasn't priced out. At least that's what I felt.
And that, to me, is the same method that people are going to take. They're going to say, okay, well, I can get exposure to these assets via a ETF, so it makes it familiar and easy to understand. I mentioned this last month. I think it was Harvard, Stanford, and like Emory all own the Bitwise ETF to get exposure to Bitcoin. It's familiar. It's a financial product they know. So, like, the fact of the matter is institutions that previously didn't own Bitcoin, weren't in it, weren't self-custodying. It was funny. Cap, you'll appreciate this. Tebow responded and said they need to grow a SAC and actually own the real asset. And then I was like, they'll listen to you, Tebow. And then he tags all of them in the reply again. He goes, buy Bitcoin spot, you cowards, or something to like Emory. He tagged like Emory, Harvard, and Stanford or whoever. Yeah, man, I think like you're seeing institutions get involved now because they have the familiarity of the product. You're going to see, people with capital getting involved as they see the opportunity. ETH then becomes the next logical thing with the potential upside. When you have people like Tom Lee going on and saying implied value at ETH right now compared to where Bitcoin is about $15,000, $16,000, and you see ETH sub 5, like investors speak that language. And there's only so many times he can pound the table on that before investors and other people see the opportunity. So I just think there's like so much upside still. And it's like crazy the way it's tied to the tech and the finance all at the same time. Just such an opportunity. So I don't know. I'm with you. That said, Cap, that's kind of my stack for the day. Again, we talked a little bit about abstract yesterday and that sort of thing where it was like, look, like, I'm probably moving funds off there and going heavier into Hype and the Hyper EVM ecosystem. I was late. I got there about a month and a half ago, but I'm actually starting to understand it and use more products there. Any other things that you want to hit on before? I know it's 9:48. Again, reminder to anyone, if you're listening right now, other.page/claim, code CWC3. Other.page/claim, CWC3. You claim a badge. No reason not to. Enters you into thousands of dollars of giveaway. So not taking the action is just costing you money. Any other things that are top of mind for you? I may get in some more Spoiled Banana Society drafts today. Any other thoughts on you before we roll out of here?
Yeah, basketball season is rapidly coming to a close. So if you're looking to get any, you can hear me. I'm actually doing the Voyages in the background. One of them, by the way, is very easy. I think if I can get it to unlock, but it's not unlocking for me. Like you're just supposed to go to any NFT collection page. Oh, you do have to buy the NFT first. Then you go to any NFT collection page and just click the about and scroll down to the bottom of the page. I don't know how they're doing that, but it's pretty cool tech.
Yeah.
I guess shout out to Chris over there and team, because I click on and it instantly did it. They're like, I've said before, like the claim rewards have lagged. I literally clicked on, I don't even know what I clicked. Moonbird, it clicked about, scrolled to the bottom, and right there was complete voyage. I completed it, went back to the page and claimed my points, like seconds. So whatever they're doing on their, like the actual functionality of their voyages is working about 1 million times better than it was in the beginning, where I kept getting failed or it wouldn't show up as complete. So again, couple easy ones there today. You do got to buy a $5 NFT, which I'm not going to go on my rant about that, but neither here nor there. It's the tech is working silky smooth.
We like the tech. It's good. I mean, look, I they'll at some point, I'm sure, modify this system. We'll see what they come up with. They are creative. They are smart. I think they think about things in a smart way. And like, yeah, it's getting better. And
drop the token. Drop the effing token. Sorry.
Cap's ready.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Cash in pocket via Cap is what you're waiting for. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know what their deal is, but I think there's a bunch of tokens that right now, I mean, you look at them when ready, some of these tokens are ready to actually play some moves, especially in this market. But who knows? We might be, we get a rate cut in September. October, we got the month off. Then we got November, December. We get 3 rate cuts going into the year. I'm not telling people to delay tokens, but if that were the case, like Q4 into Q1 feels like a really good time for a lot of these companies, and that seems to be what they've all been planning for. By the way, I'm already seeing some of my Kaito leaderboards drop via the change. I have noticed, I think this change probably went in recently, because I have noticed I've been getting like...
I got dropped too.
2 points. My pre-TGE leaderboard is now 80. I'm still 15 on Moonbirds. I'm still 6 on Polygon. I'm still 17 on Pangu. I'm still 38 on Katana, but pre-TGE, I think I was like top 50, and I'm now like 80. So I think there's some effects. I don't think it's just the CT leaderboard. Highest ever got in the CT leaderboard, I think, was like 25 in a 7-day period. But I don't think I'll see it again unless I decide to. I'm sort of at this inflection point, similar to you. I got to decide. Am I going to go spend half an ETH on a Yappy Barra, which I don't know if that's good money spent there when I could LP that or use that elsewhere? Am I going to go spend a bunch of money on stake Kaito, which doesn't get me anything, right? It's like I had like 2,000 plus stake Kaito, and they were like, yeah, you need 5,000 in order to get like some of the benefits of the airdrops. Like, I just don't know if it's worth it in the ecosystem. And I'm certainly not going to PFP a Yappy Barra. I know we have some friends who PFP Yappy Barra, so I'm not knocking them in particular, but most of the time when I see a Yappy Barra PFP, I'm like, this is a person who's farming my replies, which is fine. I love the reply farmers. Keep giving me, all the yaps and all the things, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't have a positive connotation towards that PFP either. So, yeah, man, I don't know what I'm going to do there, but I don't know. That said, one more time, other.page/claim, other, OTHER.page, PAGE/claim, code CWC3 is going to get you done. You want to get that. There is no reason not to, and it is a have people join our community. Again, if we get to number 1, we'll find something to juice up what we're doing here. But 116 of you have claimed so far. Tell your friends, tell your communities, go claim that badge. No reason not to. We love when the people win and enjoy the members joining.
Also, in the world of Grail NFTs, and it seems like art season, Alpha Centauri Kid just hit an all-time high on Broken Keys, sold for 165,000 USD. Congratulations to ACK and the buyer and the seller. You love to see it.
I wish I was a talented artist. It's the hack. You just make art. You don't have to say anything. People just buy it. I just don't have that talent or that bone in my body. But I wish I was, because there is a lot there. That's it. Anything else before we want to let people get out of here and we continue our journey into hype and all other things?
We've kind of talked about offline. It's prediction market season as much as it's Hyperliquid season. We are going to have Kaushi on the show here in the near future. We should probably reach out to Polymarket. I'll see if I can get Shane to finally respond to a DM. We should probably have Miri on it at some point to talk to them, as they are like the closest, like the largest in the crypto native realm. I missed that one. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. I thought they were dead after election season, or going to have a big log or big lull or lag, and they've just continued to go up and to the right. And it seems like we're late because we've been here. Like we're so close to it. I think we're insanely early to prediction markets to where I think they're heading. I think all the sports betting world is going to be. It's going to go from, I think all that sports book volume is going to go to prediction markets. I think it's coming on chain. I think our friends over at like Billy Betts are in a really good position. I need to spend more time on it so I can speak more intelligently about prediction markets and the opportunity for those of us here, like how to play the prediction markets other than just specific, markets. I more on that soon. I need to spend more time in those ecosystems, plural, and get a better understanding of how to best position ourselves, because I think we're insanely early to something that's going to be very, very, very big. The markets are just huge. The market it dwarfs the markets we play in when you talk sports betting and the world that, the world of gamblers who think they're sharp.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. By the way, I hate the new iOS update. There's something I need to turn off. If I click off of a screen, like if I'm like just trying to click something on my desktop, it simply yanks all the screens and hides them. It's like, oh, you apparently want to hide everything. It's like, no, I was just clicking on something. But no, look, man, I agree. I mean, I'm very much in the mindset of, prediction markets being
we lost you. Froze up for a second.
Being a big thing that we're going to be able to. All right, cool. I was going to say I'm very much in that same boat as you, and so I'm very much in that same boat. So I'm gonna probably play again Myriad. I'm gonna keep my same strategy. I'm sure I'll play Polymarket a little bit, but I know Myriad token coming, it would seem. So I will probably play in that one because I'm trying to farm airdrops while doing the things. And yeah, I think prediction markets have a huge future. So I think, look, Cap and I have both been dealing with some stuff behind the scenes. Still a little bit, but I'm almost out of the water. Cap will be out of the water sooner than later as far as his million things he has to get done. And I have on my agenda a bunch of people that I want to reach out to get on the show that I just haven't had the opportunity to reach out to get on the show because it's just been, kind of crazy hectic time. So once I get through that in the next couple of days, we'll see if we can get some other guests. By the way,
and your request list too. If there's anyone you'd like to see or anyone you would want to hear from, let Steve or I know. We'll do our best.
Yeah,
and then give us an intro, and we're happy to.
Yeah, and if you want to help push it, like go in the comments. We had a bunch of people tag in Yeet in the comments yesterday. We appreciated that when Mando
truly appreciate that. It's going to, like, Mando and I've been chatting. It's going to we'll do something for our listeners in the show, and yeah, help us help you. Appreciate all that. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, because remember, you now have evidence between BZ, a deal that a redacted deal that's coming in about 2 weeks, and potentially a couple others. When we go and do deals, we do try to do deals on behalf of our community. We do try to figure out ways to reward.
It's the starting point now. Like, truly, it's the starting point. Like, when we talk to someone, like, it doesn't make sense for everyone, but if there's any opportunity to do a raffle or a giveaway or to use their product and you all get the rewards, that's what we're starting with. That's like table stakes for us when we talk to these sponsors that fit that criteria, and it's a win-win-win. So far, everyone's been game. Everyone loves it, and that's our approach to partners and sponsors. Is we want it to be a win-win-win across the board, not just for us and the sponsor, but also for those of you listening in.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Ian says, love the growth in collabs. It's so awesome. So yeah, continue to tag us in those when you see people talking about their favorite shows. Tag your favorite people to be like, you should go on Coffee with Captain if you think they're interesting, and tag us in that. Like, that helps us get lead gen for guests. It helps us open up conversations because it's not just us telling you, it's our community really getting out there and doing so. So we appreciate that. And I, like I said, I have probably a list of about 5 people I want to reach out to just to get on the show. Like you said, Myriad, we're overdue for another talk about that. Polymarket, I got some friends over at Polygon now. Not to, I am a Polygon influencer apparently now. I did by accident, just by using the chain. But I do love that chain. Yeet, Project X, football.fun. So some other ones to reach out to see if we can get some folks talking. So that said, let's let everyone sail off into their day, Cap. And got a lot to get done today, but excited about the way things are moving. Green days always feel good, but I don't know, man. Anytime I'm looking at, like, not just the charts.
Always feel good unless you you're a little baby back bitch and close your lungs the night before they went parabolic.
Yeah.
And then they still feel good because you reopened them, but man,
could feel better.
Missed opportunities. Yeah.
Could feel better.
Sleeps for the week.
Yeah. That's the way. Yeah. We're in a market. We're in one of those markets, man, where it's like, you got to be paying attention and taking advantage of the opportunities. And again, I'll say it again. I've said this before. This market compared to the last, you used to go out and buy a bunch of NFTs hoping that the airdrop was worth more than the NFTs, or try to time and sell some, or whatever. We're in a market now where you can go earn yield or fees on something, if you're careful, earn money, and then still get an airdrop. So just be aware, like, those opportunities that exist are in the wild for you. So again, last two shills, again, scroll over a little bit. If you go to Project X or Liminal, again, Liminal is just staking yields for money. USDTO on the Hype EVM ecosystem. I put a ref code there. And then Project X, that's LPing. If you know how to LP, it's the LP that is kicking off on Hyper EVM. ICOB said it will retire bloodlines with the airdrop. I'm sure that's for people who are putting hundreds of thousands of, not millions of dollars in there, but nonetheless, still a spot that I am playing around. I put the ref code up there if you want to click on that. And then, of course, other.page/claim.
Only 117 right now. So that means only right now, as of this very moment, only 117 would be eligible for that full set and to win that 3,000 ape. So if you're listening in and you've not yet claimed today's badge, what are you doing?
Yeah. Other.page/claim and put in the code CWC3. And again, if you got friends that you like, tell them, because it's entering them into a raffle no matter what to win thousands of dollars, which are at stake. We're going to win 10,000 ape in just about 18, 20 days from now. So that said, Cap, let's let everyone sail off into their day. I'm seeing my internet get spotty again, so I need to get the heck out of here before it disconnects. And I have a face going on when Cap is asking me about inappropriate concepts. Send everyone up to the day. Thanks to everyone who came through this morning. We will talk to everybody bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.